Hello everybody and welcome to Offhand Ideas. I didn't want to do a full review on Superman because I didn't think my words could do this film enough justice, and I've been scrapping multiple scripts to do this review, but I'm going to do it off book and tell you what my favorite parts were of the film. So before we get in, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and really just let's get into it. So, my review of Superman is that I loved it. I gave it a 10 out of 10. And my favorite characters were Mr. Terrific, Superman, Lex Luthor, Jimmy Olsen, and Lois Lane, because I feel like they were the most well characterized. David Cornsweet, he is Superman. I'm sure you've heard that by everyone else on the internet. He is fantastic. He's definitive Superman for me. I think we all know the memes with Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor. That's how good he is. I think the only explanation I can give is 1A, 1A, 1A. And he was phenomenal. I loved Mr. Terrific. He was very intelligent, very cool, very comic booky. I loved his T-spheres. And Lois Lane, very, very wanting to make herself famous and doing whatever she can just to get a scoop. That was good. And Jimmy Olsen, he got Riz. So, yeah, those were my favorite characters. Ultraman was very cool. And Metamorpho was also amazing. Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, he was really cool, and I really did love the story, and I felt like it was a great introduction to Superman, and I felt like it was a fantastic introduction to the DCU as a whole, and I liked the Star Wars credits at the beginning, and Punk Rocker playing at the end, showing all the memories he had with Mom, Pa Kent was great, and just the soundtrack in general, it sounds like a mix between Henry Cavill's Superman soundtrack and the Christopher Reeve soundtrack. It's fantastic. And I feel like the direction for all the physical sets was amazing. And James Gunn really cooked with this. And if this is what we're going to get for the DC films going forward, I cannot wait to get more DC films, because if they match up or even come close to the quality of this is going to be an amazing cinematic universe to go into. And I hope we get a Flash film, because if you can see with Mark, I'm a Jay Garrett fan. So, fingers crossed we get Jay Garrett's Flash, baby. So, yeah, I'm excited for Supergirl, because they did a tease for Supergirl at the end, and she looked very drunk. And Krypto is adorable. I loved him. I can't wait to get some more Krypto short films. And, yeah, they were all amazing. I loved every character in this, except for the engineer. She kind of got on my nerves, and I wanted her to die. But they need to keep the door open for that Authority movie, which is a whole video on its own. And, yeah, I didn't like the engineer. She was a bit too annoying for my taste. And if she is going to be a character in the Authority, she may need to die before we accept the Authority. But, yeah, I loved Metamorpho. He was really cool. The prison sequence with Baby Joey, that was actually... It was unnecessary to be there, but it literally just gave us a bunch of visual awesomeness that you could only see in a comic book, which I really loved. And all the physical sets were amazing. I love that Hollywood is going back to the roots of doing physical sets and not just green screening everything. I really made me happy that they were going the extra tenfold for the physical sets. And yeah, just everything was amazing. And looking behind the scenes, they actually made real animatronics for the robots in Superman's Fortress of Solitude. Oh Lord, that was cool to find out. And it's just amazing. The Hammer of Bravia, awesome suit. And I love the Baravian conflict between Superman and Baravia, because, Superman's just trying to start a revolution. But yeah, it's a very fun movie. I love this. And I think the answer to the question in my Superman v Fantastic Four video of who will win and whose will be better, I think the impossible was achieved. And if you haven't watched that video, the impossible for me was me liking them both equally and me giving both 10 out of 10s. I gave this one a 10 out of 10 and Fantastic Four a 9.5, but if I lined them up together, I can't pick a favorite. And that may seem a little weird because I rated one higher than the other, but it's a weird scenario because they line up to each other by being something truly different and being something the superhero genre should want to be moving forward. they should want to line up to Superman or Fantastic Four or Thunderbolts, because if we put aside Captain America, Brave New World, we've gotten nonstop bangers this year. We've gotten Thunderbolts, we've gotten Superman, we've gotten Fantastic Four, and I feel like that the impossible is achieved, and I love both of them. And I have seen Superman so many times, and I actually got an early screening to Fantastic Four, and I'm seeing them more and more times. And to segue into my Fantastic Four video, which should be coming out tomorrow at the time of recording this, I'm going to show you a video. That's all for Superman. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. My opinions on it have not changed. And I remember watching it for the first time with my friends. One of my friends has actually seen it already when I was watching it. I saw it with a boatload of friends. One of my friends even gave me a Mr. Terrific action figure, because if you've watched my previous videos, you know I love Mr. Terrific because I watched him a lot in the Justice League cartoon, and I love Guy Gardner because I watched him a lot in the Justice League cartoon, and I love Metamorpho for, you guessed it, the Justice League cartoon. And she gave me a Mr. Terrific action figure. I literally went nuts. I was screaming in the theater because I was so happy, and it was an amazing experience. I highly recommend it. Because, I got to go with the best friends I could. And, I loved it. Everyone in my theater who was going with me, we all loved it. And my opinions on it have not dimmed. And I don't think they ever will dim. Because that's the thing with superhero movies. I watch Deadpool, Wolverine, and Spider-Man No Way Home on the daily. And the problem with... It's more of a problem with Spider-Man No Way Home than it is with Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool and Wolverine, in my opinion, still holds up, and it turned 1 year old. Oh my lord, even I'm getting old. And, But this one, my opinion on it has not dimmed. So, I'm giving Superman a 10 out of 10. And to lean into my Fantastic Four video, I'm going to show you a little clip of myself at Disneyland with the Thing and Johnny, and I finally got him to say it. Woohoo. 2, 3, it's clobbering time! That's it for me, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye!